Hello, I'm Claire Dow, Chair of the Friends of Pembrokeshire Coast National Park, and I am continuing on my coast path walk all around the Pembrokeshire Coast Path. It is now Monday, June the 10th. We've reached Dale. I'm currently standing in Gan car park, looking out at the water and looking out at the windsurfer. It's a bit windy today, but bright as ever. And we're just about to start off walking across the Gan, across Pickle Ridge. We believe that we've got tides right, that they're currently going out. So if you can walk along through the Gan and across the Gan, we don't have to do the massive detour. And we should get there in time as well with the tides to walk across the stepping stones at Sandy Haven. So today, without the detours, we're walking from Dale to Sandy Haven, which should be about 5.76 miles. Should anything go wrong, i.e. that we can't get across any of the water for any reason, then we have quite a few miles detour, which would just about double the length of the walk today. So I'm looking forward to today's walk. I've never done this stretch before. I've never been across the Gan. I've never walked across Sandy Haven. It is a lovely bright day, and all I can say is off we go. So we start by walking along a path. It says low tide route, Aberdyke, Gledai, Milford Haven, 9 miles. We're not going all the way to Milford Haven today, but the signpost shows it's the low tide route. So here we go, and this is an area of I think it might be an SSI of the lagoons were formed by the removal of gravel to make Dale Airfield, but they're now an important place for wildlife, and I believe they are protected. So we'll see what we can see today. The board says we can see curlew, Brent geese and shelduck. I have got my binocs with me today, which is an oyster catcher as well. I'll see what we can see and let you know as we go along. So we start by walking along this path, which has been nicely cut recently so that it's not too overgrown. The last walk into Dale, the paths weren't cut, and it really was like walking through a jungle, very tall grass and bracken, but it looks as though they've actually cut the grass here. So it's not, the gravel is not, this is not natural gravel, or there's gravel underneath, but it was actually dug to be used for the airfield, which has left a gravelly habitat which is used by birds and the wildlife. So I can see where we walk ahead, but I can see a channel in the middle that doesn't seem to be have any land on it at the moment, so we'll find out when we get there. As it's going out, we may just decide to sit and watch the wildlife and wait for the tide to come out. Let's see. And there's people walking their dogs along here. So this is Pickle Ridge. There are swans on the water. That's the first bit of wildlife we can see. There's some further geese beyond, but I can't quite make out what they are. We just stopped and talked to some locals. They said yes, the tide is going out. You can't quite pass yet, but they probably think in about half an hour it should be clear, or we'll just put our shoes on, our wet shoes on, as it would walk through. So yeah, we've now got to the edge of the water, and you can see the path we want to follow appearing before your eyes. There's still too much water at the moment. I think we'll just sit down and wait for a bit and watch the birds. We've got binocs with us, but every minute the path is becoming more and more obvious where we need to cross. I'll just walk along this causeway, hope it's not too slippery, and just show you. Flats. this is where we'll be crossing, and there's a path going back on the other side. Not quite sure what happens just here though, because I can't see a path. It looks quite deep at the moment, but we'll wait a bit. Certainly the path the other side is becoming clearer and clearer by the second. Well, we've waited half an hour, sat out of the wind watching the birds, and we've now come back to look at the path. We can see the path very clearly now out of the water. We've just got this bit in the middle that we're going to go and examine. Whether we go over now, change our shoes, possibly we might do that. So I don't know how long it takes for the bit in the middle to actually get to the point where we can go over. Right, so there's the bit in the middle, and then there's the path. So interesting. It looks as though it's going to take quite a while for the bit in the middle to clear. Right, we've made it across. John went over with his boots on. I should have taken my boots off. Did get my boots a bit wet. Just dried my feet and put my boots back on. So we can get on now with the walk proper. We're on the other side of the Gann. And we're marching along now towards the end of our walk today is Sandy Haven. So back on the coast path, I hope. Checking that time. We're already not sure what we should be doing. We think we might have to walk along the side of it. So, walking along the beach, we can see where high tide is by the yellow mass all the way along. But as I said today, we know the tide's going out, not in currently, so we should be fine walking along this bit along the beach. And I guess we go inland at some point. There are windsurfers whizzing along today. You may not be able to make them out because they're quite small, but there is quite a brisk breeze, hence I've got my hat up and my cap on. So, along the beach for a bit and then hopefully inland in a while. You can now see Dale, which is directly opposite us, and then out to sea towards Milford with all of the windsurfers. It's quite a lovely beach. I have to say it's quite hard walking. It is very rocky. We should be okay. We'll mind our steps. Interesting stone. Lots of the purple rock that we get in Pembrokeshire. And then blue hues and greys. It's rather pretty patterns, but we are having to tread quite carefully because it is quite rocky. Perhaps there is an inland route, but we thought we'd take the beach as we know the tide is going out, not in. And we've also got to make sure that we get off the beach at the right point, but hopefully there will be a sign. It looks as though we're going to say goodbye to the beach now and the lovely views across the water. Just go up to the sign, see what it says. I think we're now going inland or up onto the cliffs, to the inland, yeah. Okay, nice clear sign here, going left. And it also says Wales Coast Path. I thought I'd put my camera on again just to show you how overgrown this path is. We think probably, unless you're doing the whole path, having just said that, we're just going to meet somebody. But but we thought that perhaps day trippers missed this bit out because of the issue of crossing at the Gan. And the minute I say that, we've met somebody. Are you just on for a day's walk?
No, we're gonna do a week's walk.
A week's walk, so we are doing the whole thing. Yeah. Sorry, I am on camera. I don't. I'm the chair of the Friends of the Pembrokeshire Coast National Park, and I'm actually walking the whole of the coast path. And today we just started at Dale, but we had to sit and wait and watch birds for a bit for the tide. Yeah. But hopefully we'll get to Sandy Haven okay today and cross over there as well.
Yes.
So, are we going to be able to cross over when we get to Dale?
Absolutely.
Great.
Perfect timing. Perfect timing.
Yeah, we started at Sandy Haven.
Today, right, so yeah. So we've been sitting around thinking, well, this is not a very good start to a walk. We're sitting around having coffee, waiting. But I mean, we were aware of that because I was going to walk it yesterday, we walked today, so the tide's shifted another hour, so yeah. So are you local or are you just doing it for fun or?
We're doing 50 miles, aren't we?
Oh, right.
Yeah, so today is day one. I live in Wales. We're old school friends.
Yeah, I live in Cambridge.
That's nice. Okay, well, that's a bit flat there and different, but yes.
Yeah, we don't have this.
No, you don't have this. No.
This is very different.
No, but it is spectacular.
It's lovely.
Absolutely beautiful. Yes.
Okay, well, thanks for talking to me. You can now see where we're going today towards Sandy Haven. You can see Milford Haven and a big ship in the channel. So this is where we were yesterday. Goodbye Dale Fort, and this is where we're going, heading along the coast here. I have to say, looking at this path, it is incredibly overgrown and we are getting, see my boots, getting quite wet as a result. Well, we're out of the long grass and we're looking to our right, we think down to Monk's Haven. This is a lovely wooded part of the coast path. You can see the haven to my right. Okay, so through these woods, we are going down, so obviously means we're going to have to go up again, but hey ho. As I said before, there's 29,000 feet of ascent and descent on the coast path, which is slightly more than Everest. So by the time you finish the coast path, you would have climbed that much. Very good for you. So here we go, down to Monk's Haven. There seems to be some ruined buildings here. I don't know what they are. And a little cove, or a little haven. Signposts, which shows the coast path. We're still on it, thank goodness. And we've got quite a large brick wall here. Nice bench. And into the beach. A massive wall, isn't it? Don't know what it was built for. Like, is it a harbour or? Again, I don't know. There's a substantial wall which must be, what, 20 feet tall. Looking out onto Dale Fort. We've just stopped for lunch because there's a lovely bench at Monk's Haven, and we've also read about the history of the wall. The wall apparently was put up in the 17th century as a sea defence, so it has always just been a wall. So it's a lovely piece of wall, crenellated at the top, currently with flowers growing at the top. Just about to set off, and I've met somebody else walking the coast path. Would you like to say who you are and what you're doing today?
Yes, my name is Sandro Ullmann. I'm coming from Switzerland, and together with a friend we try to do the whole coast path. We started in Cardigan, and we would like to get to Amherst. And now today we do the coast path from Dale to Milford Wilford Haven.
And are you enjoying it?
Very much. It is a very beautiful scenery. This is Thomas.
Hello.
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 We like it very much. It's one of the best thing we've ever done.
Really?
Yeah,
Well,
really, really.
I think you'll get on our video then. Thank you. Thank you for talking to me. We're just coming up to the Victorian Folly, which is high above Monkshaven. Not that much of it left. You can see the walls there. And into a another wooded area. We're going through a gate, substantial looking gate. Perhaps it was part of the Folly. Open the gate, thank you. Gosh, a bit of a step up. Going round to the front of the Folly, I think you get a better idea of it perched on the cliff top. And beyond it, you can see Dale Fort, looking back. In front of me is not Sandy Haven, but it is Lindsway Bay, where apparently in 1955 our current king, the Prince of Wales, first stepped onto Welsh soil. We were just saying that there hasn't been many places to stop for lunch today as it's very overgrown. And look, we've just come across a really brand new bench overlooking the beach where Prince of Wales stopped. Can't see it, I'm not going over the edge to show you. And we do notice though also that there is a path down to this bench, so there must be potentially somewhere to park. Oh, and there's also a very good access path here, tarmacked, so potentially it could be somewhere where wheelchairs could use, or mothers and buggies. That the access does seem very straight, very tarmacked and very easy to get down to the coast. There are steps to my right which are now you don't need to use, but they've gone right here. And then you can go and sit down on the new bench. I think John's just going to demonstrate sitting down on the bench. There we are. We're now looking across to Great Castle Head, which is an Iron Age fort with a single ditch and embankment, quite a large area. Today it's got coastal radar on it, which you may be able to see. I don't think we can cross that, but we go straight ahead. But that is a very interesting fortified bit of headland that was fortified since the Iron Age and continues to be used to watch shipping today. And look at that for pristine beach, not a footmark in sight. I think that's probably because we're standing up a cliff and there's no way down. You can only get to this beach by sea. That might be why the Prince of Wales stopped there, because it was inaccessible. But you could have a picnic on that beach, or a wonderful time. We have just found some steps to the beach with the sign saying steep steps, warning, with sheer unprotected drops, take special care with children. We're not going to go down to see what it's like, but just looking at that beach, absolutely amazing. I've just stopped and met somebody else on the coast path today. Would you like to tell me who you are and what you're doing here today?
Yes, my name is Anita and I'm from Amsterdam, and we walked the Pembrokeshire coast path, and this is day 5 and it's so beautiful. I had no idea that it was such a beautiful place.
Right, that's lovely. Everybody's saying it's so beautiful, and we think, that we live here, we think May, June is the most beautiful time on the coast path, so you're very lucky. All the flowers are out.
The flowers, the blue sea. I didn't swim. I want to swim as well, but I didn't do it. But it's lovely. We do between the 12 and 15 miles a day.
Right.
And we sleep in different pubs, and we only met lovely people.
Good.
So,
we're all very friendly here, yes,
yeah.
in Wales, yes.
Yes.
That's lovely. Thank you for talking to me. Just coming up to another modern radar shipping warning system. Quite a big tower. Various of these along the coast. Going forward now, we're looking over to Milford Haven. That will be our next section. Today we're doing to Sandy Haven, and the next section we are walking on to Nayland. So we're fairly nearly shortly finishing this section today. We've got to go through the stepping stones, hope the tide's right, otherwise we're stranded on the wrong side. But we've had a very interesting day today. I think it's been noted by meeting a lot of walkers from around the world. Here we are at Sandy Haven, the end of our walk today. As you can see, thank goodness the tide is right out. We've got boats completely, as it were, landlocked, which are usually underwater. So we've arrived well in time. We will go over the bridge. It looks as though there aren't stepping stones anymore. Is there no stepping stones anymore? Just a bridge. There's a bridge to go over. And then hopefully we'll be back at the end of the section for today. Lots of boats. They do look rather sort of comical. Set up on their hulls without any water around them. But we are at low tide, and you can see by the puddles this would be completely underwater. So, good end to a great day's walking, as ever. I think the stepping stone may have been here, not sure. Is this it? Is this it, stepping stone, do you reckon? We've now got a concrete bridge. I was quite looking forward to some stepping stones, but probably safer. There we are, over the bridge. Just mud flats now. And then back up the road on the other side. And this is where we'll be starting again for the next section. Actually, quite muddy, isn't it? Slightly muddy flats. So I hope you tune into the next section, which will be Sandy Haven to Nayland.